Hi, we're here at Mobile World Congress and I'm joined by Edwin from NXP. Edwin, good to see you.
Hi, nice
I'm wondering
to
if you could tell me a bit about the work that NXP are doing.
Okay, so in NXP software we make speech and sensing software. So we believe that devices, they can get much more smarter than they are today. And devices should help you in bringing people closer to you and also help you in your day-to-day things. So what you do by daily day. And today the devices don't help you really. I mean, you can call with them, but they don't really support your day-to-day activities. And we believe that your device should really help you, be a companion and help you in what you try to achieve, so you can focus on what is really important.
And looking at the next 12 months for your business, what are going to be your key priorities? What highlights could you tell us about?
So we believe the device will get smarter, of course. So smartphones will get smarter. There will be more sensors in the smartphones, and all the data needs to be used somehow. And so our software is taking all the sensor data and making something meaningful of that. Another trend we see is that there will be more wearable devices, and these wearable devices also have all kinds of sensors. They connect to smartphones and bring even more data, and that all needs to be interpreted and made into something meaningful for the consumers. Because in the end, that's what it's about, that consumers can use the device in a good way.
And we're obviously at one of the big mobile industry trade events of the year. What are the key messages you think that the trade should be listening to at the minute?
Well, I think today the smartphones are not really usable yet. Also, if you see this, the smart watches, the wearable devices, they're very techy. And so there's not many people thinking about the consumers. In the end, it's all consumers that need to use the devices, and they're not very friendly. So the smart watches, they look ugly and they're not very friendly to use. The smartphones, you still need to talk to the devices. They're not interpreting what you're actually doing, but you really need to talk to them. And so we believe that the interface with these devices should get more human. And so if the interfaces get more human, the devices get more human as well, and then they can better work with you on what you want to achieve.
Excellent, thank you very much. And now we're going to have a look at some of the products that NXP are working on. So Edwin, can you tell me a bit about what we're looking at here, please?
Yes, so this is our vision of the future, speech and sensing for a smarter world. So imagine this is you, it can be any user. You are doing all kinds of stuff during your day, and your devices can help you to go through the day. And so in this case, he's waiting for the bus. And so you see here all the data that her mobile phone is generating. So this is the raw data that all the sensors in the phone are creating. But this data is normally not used. And our software makes sure that you can use the data and make it into something meaningful. So this data is being interpreted. So she is at the bus station waiting. So it says that Caroline is very close. It's only 1 meter walking away. And so that means, well, if you want to catch up with Caroline, you probably miss a bus, but it would be nice to talk to her. So your device is suggesting that. Then you get an incoming call, so having a call, that's very natural for your phone, but there's a lot of data in the call that can be used to augment your calling. For example, how's the emotions? Is your friend friendly to him, or is he in a hurry or not? And so while you're doing that, it can create all kinds of cues on how you can improve your conversation, how you can get people closer to you. Another example is she starts singing a song. So it can recognize the song and says, well, do you want to play the song? And then you can play it over the phone call, you can play it with your friend, and maybe you can make the atmosphere a bit more emotional or more friendly if it was not very friendly. Also, it will find out that this artist has an upcoming concert, so to look in your agenda and also your friend's agenda that you're calling with, and it can already say, well, on May 4th, this artist is available, you can both go, shall we make an appointment? So it will, all kinds of suggestions will be created based on what you're doing and what your phone is sensing. And so that is Live App software, that is how we want to make a difference in the smartphones of the future.
Oh, thank you. So this demo that we're looking at is called Raise Your Voice. Edwin, was wondering if you could tell me a wee bit more about it, please.
Yes, of course. So if you're in an environment like this, there's a lot of background noise. And when you're talking to people, you really want to concentrate on what they're saying. You want to convey the message. And so what we do in this demonstration is we raise your voice. So you don't have to raise your voice, but we lower the background noise and we raise your voice to be better understood. And so you can have a more natural conversation with the other party. And so we use that on phones with multiple microphones. And so what we do, we identify the talker. So we focus on your mouth and make sure that what you're saying is being captured, and what the background noise is and what the people are telling in the background will be lowered. So you still hear the environment where people are, which is still important, but your voice is raised so you can be easily understood.
Excellent, thank you. So what can you tell me about this product, Edwin?
So here what we are demonstrating is, it's a game, it's a demonstration about our echo cancellation performance, and this game is controlled by voice commands, but the game itself is also making a lot of noise, because there's people in the building that are shouting, there's all kinds of noises of the hose,
Right.
and so normally if you give a voice command, your phone doesn't hear you, because there's so much noise around it, but also noise that the device is making itself. And so what we do here is we remove the noise that the device is making itself, so you can even talk to your device even though it's making a lot of sound itself, and it will hear you crystal clear because of our software. So that you can still play the game with the voice commands even though there's a lot of noise around you, but also if your device is making a lot of noise. So that's our echo canceller of our live app solutions.
Thank you. So with this product, we're looking at the wider mobile ecosystem. Tell me a bit more about this.
Yes, so smart devices of today you don't create alone, you don't create them in isolation. If you want to make a real smart device, you have to partner with a lot of companies. So here we show how we work together with device makers that make the devices, but also with the hardware platform vendors, with the DSP licensors, with the software platform vendors, the ecosystem parties like Google. And so working together we are creating all the smart devices for the consumers. And this really brings an extra value that we create together to make the devices even smarter than today.
Excellent. So when you talked earlier about mobile being able to bring people closer together, this is another product that does that. Can you tell me a bit about how it works?
Yes, of course. So if you call today, there's all kinds of limitations in your smartphone and in the network that make your voice sound muffled. And so it sounds like a very narrow conversation. And if you want to bring people close together, you have to bring more richness to the conversation. And so that's what we do here. We bring people close together by improving the quality of calls. So normal calls are called narrowband. So it's a low bit rate, and so the networks of today can only carry that part of the voice that fits into that bit rate. And what we do here is both we show you the quality of full band, so how full band can really bring more dimensions to your conversation. And what we also have, we have a technology which is called bandwidth extension. If you have a narrowband call, we can have a piece of software in your smartphone that can bring a more wideband experience to a narrowband call. So it will extend the bandwidth of your, or virtually extend the bandwidth of your conversation into a wideband experience. So you feel much closer to the person that you're talking to.
Excellent. So that's the end of our demo of NXP's products. Edwin, thanks very much for joining us.
Okay, thank you.